as my very first in this series of videos, I thought that I should take the time to at least introduce myself in more of a formal way, especially to those who don't know me, because there's a lot of people who don't know me, and my circle of friends is actually pretty small. My immediate family is pretty small. I don't have that many immediate family members. I have a mother, a father, thank God they're still with me, and a brother, and that's it. So I don't have a lot of connections out there. So I thought it might make sense for me to spend at least a little bit of time explaining who I am, giving a little bit of background about Miguel, that's me, and what I'd like to share and what I'd like to do with these videos here. So let me start off with that piece. Actually, what I'd like to do with these videos, I thought that I would share a series of videos where I basically just share my thoughts. You know, I mean, that's all this is, man. I think this is just me sharing thoughts, getting things out of my head and out in some sort of medium. And I figured that this video medium might be a good way to do so. I've already been watching a lot of YouTube, probably more so than TV. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube channels, you know. I mean, I'm just amazed because I think that YouTube has morphed and changed into more than just your family YouTube channels, which was my channel, my channel, which I've had for years. I would throw up little family videos up on YouTube, you know, or I'd try to, you know, show me. I had a video of me taking out a skunk from the front yard. You know, we had a skunk living in our front porch, so I caught a skunk. You know, I did a video of me testing out a blender, which surprisingly got all these different views on it, man. It's pretty crazy. So anyway, I think that YouTube has just morphed and changed over the years to be a real entertainment source for a lot of different people, including me. I watch a lot of YouTube, man, including just to find out about different things. If I need to fix something in my house, boom, I go to YouTube, because somebody out there has probably put together a video that is going to be helpful to me, which I think is amazing. And I think it's amazing that people are just doing that. So anyway, I thought, you know what, let me share some of my thoughts. I mean, I don't even know where this is going to go really, but I figure let me share some of my thoughts on X, Y, and Z. If anyone is interested in listening to it, they might listen. If they're not, that's okay. They won't listen. That's all right, man. It's more for me to get things off of my chest versus anything else, right? I mean, it's going to help me just release some things off of my chest. So let me start off, first of all, by telling you all a little bit about me and who I am. First of all, I'm from the Denver area, and I was born in Denver. I grew up across the Denver metro area. I grew up in Commerce City when I was real young. Spent a number of years in Denver, in various places in Denver. Grew up in South Denver. Moved over by the old airport at the time, Stapleton International Airport. I don't know if it was Stapleton International. Was it just Stapleton Airport? Whatever it was, man, I lived there. So I lived by the airport. Went to school, you know, in the whole area, and then my family gradually moved further east because rent was cheaper as you moved further east, and we moved into Aurora, Colorado. Aurora, Colorado is a suburb of Denver, and at least the area that I grew up in, I tell this because I think a lot of people don't realize that a suburb can still be a very needy place. And for those people who are familiar with Aurora, some people don't realize that Aurora can be a very needy place. I think people still have this stereotype that Aurora is kind of way further east of Denver, that doesn't really have the same types of challenges that Denver has. In fact, I would say that the community that I grew up in Northwest Aurora, in original Aurora, is probably, and I'm going out on a limb, I would say is actually more needy than most places in Denver, you know? So, I mean, there's a lot of Denverites who are proud of being Denverites, and I'm all for that. I'm all down for that. I'm even a Denverite. I came from Denver, you know, and nationally or worldwide, people don't know where Aurora is, but the issues that we face in my community are in many ways deeper than the issues that are faced in some of the Denver communities. I'm not down in Denver. I'm not saying that there's not issues there. There's certainly issues there. But man, what we got on my block, you know, what we have on my block are some deep-rooted issues, and that's where I came up. I spent most of my years in Aurora. That's where I still live to this day. My mom lives like 5 minutes from me, and so I'm very much connected to my community, I would say. Beyond that, other things about me, I'm a person who has always just been, I think, a little bit afraid of venturing too far from home. So I've lived here my entire life. I'm 45 years old, man, and you know, I've just grown up here my entire life. You know, I've never lived anywhere else really. I've visited a lot of different places, but I do like it here. I really do. I like it here, man. There's a lot of people moving here, which some of the quote natives who live here, people who were born here, I mean, you hear a lot of people saying things like, oh, there's so many people moving here, and I wish they wouldn't come here, wish they would go someplace else. Or you see bumper stickers, like real offensive bumper stickers telling people to get the F out, and, you know, I mean, just some real, like, just rude types of things, man. I'm not of that camp, you know? Even though I grew up here, I was born here, I grew up here, I think people can live wherever the hell they want to live, wherever they want throughout the country. That's part of freedom, right? I mean, we talk about freedom here in the U.S., and that's part of freedom. We can live and move wherever the hell we want to, man. And you can't tell me that I can't. You know what I mean? So I think that's the beauty of all of this, man. So anyway, yeah, I'm from this area. You know, like I said, 45 years old. I have a daughter. I have one kid. And you know, she's 4 years old, and so she's the light of my life, man. I mean, she really is. I mean, I'm an older parent. You know, I'm 45 years old. I have a 4-year-old daughter, but man, I mean, there are times that she makes me feel old, but there's times too that she makes me feel incredibly young, man. And it's just an amazing journey. I've been married for about 10 years, so I'm married, have a wife, and I'm lucky enough to have, like I said, my immediate family, not only so close, but with me as well. They're still here. My mom is still here. My dad is still here. My background, my ethnic background. My mother is Korean, and she came here from Korea when she was pregnant with me. And I was born here in Denver. And she's only been back once, and I went back with her. It was an amazing experience. Maybe I'll share that one of these days. And my father is, so here's what's interesting. So my father, we just did our Ancestry.com DNA test results. You know, we just did our Ancestry.com DNA test, and we just got our test results. And, oh man, it's amazing, man, because I've got ancestry primarily that goes back to Spain, second to that, Native American, and third to that, kind of this mix from all over the freaking planet, man. It's really awesome when you think about it, man, because, you know, people try and peg us into one certain category, and you're this and you're that, and you know what? The fact is that we're a whole mix of different things. I mean, so many people are just this incredible, beautiful mix of bloodlines from all across this amazing, beautiful earth of ours. So anyway, like I said, maybe I'll share some of that here one of these days as well. But yeah, man, that's a little bit about me. I mean, in terms of hobbies, like I said, I'm kind of like into the YouTube thing right now. That's partially what's spurring me creating even this video right now. I'm a motorcycle fanatic, and so I actually own two motorcycles right now. My wife owns a scooter, which I mostly ride, and so I ride like different things. I mean, obviously I'm driving in a car here now. I do like to ride my bicycle, but I will admit, man, I mean, I haven't ridden my bicycle in a long time, you know. I mean, I love to ride my bicycle, and I just haven't, man, and I'd love to get back into it. like I used to when I was a kid. You know, when I was younger, I rode my bicycle across the freaking city, and that's no joke, I'm telling you. Same thing with mopeds. I used to ride mopeds. I used to have a moped. I've had a couple of mopeds, and I used to ride. I had a moped when I didn't even have a car. You know, I had a moped, no car, and I rode across the freaking city on that moped, man. So anyway, I do love the motorized two wheels transportation and the non-motorized two wheels transportation too. So anyway, that's some of my likes there. But yeah, man. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, I'm just gonna spew out some of the things that are stuck up in my head, just to get them out, and we'll see where this goes, man. You know, I don't quite know where this will go, but we'll see where it goes. So anyway, there's my intro, and with that, my friends, my people, continue to keep your head up and stay rooted. That's what I believe. I think you need to be rooted to the earth, 90 degrees to the earth. You know what I mean? Keep your head up. All that means is, you know, don't be slouched over. Be up, looking straight ahead at what's ahead of, you know, what's in front of you. You know what I mean? That's what I try to do in life. I don't always succeed, but at least I try to approach it in that way, man. I talk a more mean game than I really am. But anyway, stay rooted, my people, and we'll catch you next time.